Hey y'all, what's up? It's Lisa Blonay, and I am back with another video. Thank you so much for tapping in to Blonay Got Tea, where I'll give you a little receipts, a little tea, and my POV. You guys make sure you smash that like button, share out this live to get us in the algorithm, and stick around. If you like the vibe, go ahead and subscribe, okay? Now, today, what I want to talk about is Chelsea Lovelace. And who is Chelsea Lovelace, you may ask? Well, Chelsea Lovelace, and I'm going to break it down for you. I'm just going to give you a little bit of information. Look, I'm just here for the media buzz, all right? Now, Chelsea Lovelace, who previously, and I'm going to pull up the article, who previously was Jane Doe in her SA lawsuit filed in September of 2024, well, last year, against Sean Diddy Combs, has now come out and revealed who she is, her name. Okay, so now we can name her. I can put her picture out. So let me go ahead and show you guys right quick. I'm just going to put it over me. And this is Chelsea Lovelace. Okay. Now, when she filed her lawsuit, she filed it under Jane. And yes, she is one of the 63 current civil lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs. Okay. And counting. Now, let me pull up the article of her. And in this article that I'm about to read, I think this was put out on her social media or something like that. But I'm going to pull up the article for you guys. So she reveals her identity. And let's go through this article. This is from the Mirror. And this article was posted, June 12th of this year. All right. Let me make sure you guys can see this as well. Hold on. I forgot I put this up. And let me pull this up. Hope everyone is enjoying their Sunday. It is currently 10:55 here on the West Coast. Let me know where you're tapping in and what time it is in your neck of the woods. All right. Okay, so here's the article, guys. We're just going to go through this. All right. Now, in this lawsuit, which she filed September 27th of 2024, Lovelace, she alleged she met Diddy in 2020, claiming he would fly her out to various cities. During these meetups, she claimed that Diddy would make her perform a show for him, including coating herself in baby oil. Familiar? Sound familiar? Boy, the repetition in this man's behavior is flawless. Okay. Her allegations further included claims of abuse. Now, in a latest statement to Rolling Stone, she said, and I quote, "There was a time I truly believed we shared something real. In my heart, for a time, I believed he genuinely cared about me, that we both cared for one another in a way that meant something to me. But over time, that illusion shattered, and with it, so did parts of me. What I once thought was love and loyalty quickly turned into manipulation, control, and abuse. I was not seen as a person with a soul, but as a pawn in a much larger game." And shout out to her for getting it right. After the fact, but we have to ask, like, what about the women that get butterflies from an abusive relationship or a man or a partner? Do these women want to suffer? I don't think so, right? But what I've noticed, what I've peeped, is a disturbing trend. And it didn't just start with this generation. Just let me throw that in here. This did not just start with this generation. Neither here nor there. There's a trend where women will seek out abusive men or men that, treat them like trash. And it could be like your best friend, your sister, somebody who really cares about you. They'll be like, girl, leave him there, trying to tell you in the beginning. But the thing about it is, most abusers will isolate them so that just for that very reason. So nobody can talk you out of what they're trying to put you with, the chokehold that they're trying to put you into, right? Because I see this echoing through all of these stories, all of these testimonies. Everyone who's coming out and telling their truths, something is ringing through with all of these women. Let me go ahead and repeat this a little bit. She says, and this is top priority, this is what we're focusing on. Out of everything that probably we're going to find out that happened to this woman, this is the cornerstone of what's going on. Okay? The top thought process. And let me quote, this is Rolling Stone. This is already out there, guys, right? I was just snooping around. And I quote, there was a time I truly believed we shared something real in my heart. For a time I believed he genuinely cared about me, that we both cared for one another in a way that meant something. Who else just said that, y'all? The girl that was just on the damn stand. Jane, are you guys reading from the same script? Are you guys reading from the same notes? Right? And I'm being funny, guys. But you guys see it, right? Anyways, y'all, is this the end of this? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's keep going, because what's really shocking me. Okay, let me get through this. Let me make sure I give you guys everything. I just wanted to stop and make that point. Yeah. Now, she goes on to say, quote, I didn't want to believe it. I wrestled with God, with my heart, with my own silence. Filing this lawsuit, first as Jane Doe and now as myself, is not an act of revenge. It's an act of release, of standing in my truth, of choosing healing over hiding. This is about dignity. This is about accountability. This is about the countless times I told myself to be quiet and stay loyal until silence became too heavy to bear. And this is what she continued to say, guys. You finally get it. Congratulations. And I'm glad you made it through. I always stand with the victim. She definitely was a victim, whether by force, by hook or by crook. I tell you, sometimes people make themselves the victim. They force themselves into these situations or allow themselves to be in these situations where they become a victim. Did she want to be a victim? No. But by you ignoring the red flags and jumping on the side of the enemy, sleeping with the enemy, and being all right with that, this is the consequences. We're not blaming you. Definitely not blaming you. Because guess what? You're taking accountability. So kudos to you. All right? Kudos to you. And I'm sorry that you went through this. No one deserves this. Okay? That's why I always want to turn the tables and ask, why does the man think that this is all right? Do we ever ask that question? Why do they feel the need to treat you like trash and feel like this is all right? Can we ask the question of the person that's inflicting the abuse in the first damn place? Because if you would just sit your ass down, if you would just sat down, we wouldn't even be going through this. We never turn the mirror on the freaking abuser. If you would just sit your ass down and stop being abusive. You feel me? But we know at the end of the day, a woman clearly has to have low self-esteem to even get herself in this situation, this position. All right. And there were some people who didn't want to remember the other stories of the women that ran away. The woman was like, you the one killed Tupac, nigga. Yeah, I don't even feel you. Yeah, you the one. You remember what happened to her. Okay, so these people had a reason to be afraid. Okay, 2.5 decades worth of reasons. So I feel them on that, but you know, sometimes it's how you became that victim. They are victims, y'all. We're not gonna take that away. We're gonna stand with the victims. But sometimes how you got there. Okay. But she's taking accountability. Y'all, come on, let's go. So Lovelace filed the lawsuit just over a week after Diddy was charged in his federal ex-African case. Diddy is facing 5 charges across 3 federal indictments, including ex-trafficking, conspiracy, racketeering, and transportation to engage in ocean. Let's keep going. Diddy pleaded not guilty to all the charges against him. Of course, we know that, right? He vehemently denies all the allegations of wrongdoing against him, including those alleged in the civil lawsuits. He got 63 and counting. Now, will he take the stand? That's for another video, right? Now, in many civil complaints against Diddy, the individuals chose to remain anonymous, using either Jane or John Doe as their names. A similar decision was made for the criminal trial, where all but one accuser testified under a pseudonym, including Mia and Jane. Okay. Let's see. Now, let me make sure I got to the end. Yeah, so that's it. So Cassie Ventura's Diddy's ex made the decision to testify under her real name, especially as speculation about her identity in the indictment already ran rampant. Okay. Now, this is what they put out there. But why folk come, did y'all not mention that this woman accused Young Miami of being the reason, along with Diddy, being the reason why she lost her unborn child? Can we get that? Because the talk of the town and the highlight of this story, from what I saw, now I don't know what's out right as of right now, but all y'all was talking about was she revealed her name. She revealed her name. Did y'all not know that this woman is blaming not only Diddy and his flying monkeys, but she is blaming Young Miami for losing her baby? Now, let me go ahead and pull up this. I'm going to take this down. You guys, let me go pull up the list of the 63 civil lawsuits that are currently against Diddy right now. And she's one of them. So we're going to look into that. And I'm going to tell you exactly where I found this information. All right. So let's get out of here. All right, so let me go ahead and pull it up. Let's see. Now, this is crazy. And for this to even be in that lawsuit, right? And we was just giving you the accolades, Young Miami, just yesterday. Okay. Now, since I did that video, that live yesterday, people in my comments, and sent me some emails letting me know that you can do Harvard online and anybody can do those classes. I didn't know that. I thought she was literally going to be walking on campus. I mean, in a way, does it matter that she's, going to be bettering herself and taking some business classes? And like I mentioned in that video, I did say that, her and Sasa Santana a couple of years ago had been talking about her taking some business classes. So it's not like she literally said, I guess maybe she was just trolling us, I don't know, but I just wanted to clear that up, guys. Okay. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm inclined to believe the people that have reached out to me But yeah, y'all, I think it's just adding value to herself, just education wise, is cool. But I did think she was walking through the doors of Harvard, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. All right, not gonna lie. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to show you each and every one. We're just going to scroll through until we see hers, but I'm getting ready to show you the 63 lawsuits that are currently ongoing. Well, I can't really say that for all of them because this was published in April, so we don't know what changes have, but just work with me, okay? Just work with me. All right, so let me go ahead and pull it up so you guys can see it as well. And the first case is the Rodney Jones, Rodney Jones, hold on, is the first case. Now, when we look into Chelsea Lovelace's lawsuit against Diddy that she filed last year, September. So this is the most recent, okay? This is the most recent. We ain't got to say way back with her. We definitely ain't got to say way back. Let me make sure you guys can see this. And hold on. I'm going to blow it up a little bit. Okay. Now, Rodney Jones is the very first case. And I'm just going to scroll on down. Because y'all, there's 63 cases, okay? Now, I thought that she was this Jane Doe, which is case number 2. But when I scrolled down a little bit to see, because remember, she filed in September of 2024. This was filed in December 2nd of 2023. So I had to keep going, all right? So I kept going, and we're just going to go all the way down, not too far. There goes Cassie's lawsuit, Liz Gardner. I'm just reminding y'all, he got a long ways to go. His money gonna have to stretch long and strong because if Cassie got 30 million, boy, oh boy. Joy Dickerson, yes, these are all of the current civil lawsuits. Grace, these are all the current lawsuits against Diddy. One with that includes Christian Combs, guys. Crystal McKinney versus, that's case number 7. April Lampros versus Sean Combs is case number 8. And you guys can see the status. You guys can come look yourself. Shout out to Vulture. This is where I am. Feel free to do your own research. Okay, like I say, my receipts are my sources. You know, I was never there. Anything that I talk about, most likely, I wasn't there. Right? Okay, so let's keep going, you guys. Hang with me, y'all. 10 is Don Ricard or Don Richard. Her lawsuit is up in there, but girl, we know they revealed what. Yeah, you came in. Yeah, you didn't tell us that part. Okay, so I'll tell you, some of y'all get butterflies in your stomach over these type of men. Yeah, we can't help it. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. But yeah, some of y'all get butterfly. All right, so Talia is number 11. Now, look, I'm just going to show you an example, okay? We're not even going to go through this case, but as you can see, Thalia Graves, case number 11. And what's the status of this? It's not ongoing. Like we've been seeing, like one after another, we've been seeing ongoing. That's the reason why I said we don't know the status of all this. What's the status of this one? Where it says Graves has filed a request to issue a summons to inform Combs of the lawsuit that he is being sued. Her attorney has asked that the summons be sent to Combs at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Graves also has filed a request for a summons and a copy of the lawsuit to be sent to Sherman. So a lot of these, several of these cases are because that the people could not be properly served, okay? And in the case that the papers had to be delivered to Diddy, they can now do that because he's locked up, right? So yeah. Another case is Cuba Gooding Jr. and Justin Combs could not also be served. So I think that was dismissed either with or without prejudice. I don't know the difference, but whatever prejudice it is, it allows Rodney Jones to refile. So we'll see just how serious he is about his civil lawsuit, right? All right, so here is Jane Doe, aka now revealed as Chelsea Lovelace. Okay, she is case number 12, and we are going to get into this because the articles that I saw, I'm like, hello, like, have you guys forgotten that she pinned the loss of her child on Young Miami? She didn't say her over there, that hoe over there for the itches in the back. No, she named Young Miami. All right. Now, I only looked up several articles. I didn't look up every one, but y'all, you would think that this would be front and center, right? You would think that this would be front and center. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. Jane Doe versus Sean Combs. She is case number 12. Well, as far as Vulture's list goes, I don't know if this was filed in order, but let's get into it anyway. Uh-oh. Sorry about that, y'all. I just want to make it a little bit bigger. And let me make sure you guys can hear me as well. Okay. Now, what does the lawsuit say? In a new 18-page lawsuit, a woman who is choosing to remain anonymous had shared allegations of abuse against Diddy. She alleges that Diddy upgraded her and that he actually assaulted on various trips that she felt forced to go on with him. The woman says she met Combs in 2020 overseas when she was invited on a trip that he paid for. That on the next year, she says Combs employees would arrange for her to travel to Combs' home in Los Angeles, New York, and Miami at a monthly basis. The woman alleges that Combs would send drivers to pick her up before she even had agreed to attend a trip. Among her allegations, she says she was forced to ingest ketamine. Combs forced her to have sex without her consent. And in one instance, she woke up with bruises and bite marks on her body. At one point, after being allegedly upgraded, she says she took a pregnancy test and learned that it was positive. Okay? Do y'all see that? She alleges that Combs' employee and ex-girlfriend rapper Young Miami harassed her to get rid of the baby. And she later suffered a miscarriage. Well, if fat meat ain't greasy, you was just swirling all up and through these latest lawsuits, Young Mammy. What were you over there doing? Because now comes into the question your involvement. Because this is not the first time you done stepped on somebody, you know what I'm saying? This is not the first time that you bullied somebody. This is not the first time that you've been named in and around freak off activities, okay? Have we forgotten how she confessed to the golden showers? Yeah, y'all. Do we not remember how she went in on Gina? This is not a coincidence at all. This is calculated. This is a pattern of behavior. And somehow, to some extent, she was involved. I think she took on the role of the abuser as well. Because that's what flying monkeys often do. And that's not a diss to anybody. That is a reference used when speaking of narcissism. Okay. As a matter of fact, Let's finish this, and I'll pull it up for you guys so you guys can understand. All right. She says at one point, after being allegedly upgraded, she took a test and learned it was positive. She alleges that Combs' employee and ex-girlfriend, rapper Young Miami, harassed her to get rid of it, and she later suffered a miscarriage. She also says, mirroring Graves' allegations, so someone else who also testified, that Combs would record actual encounters without her permission. Doe alleges now, Chelsea Lovelace alleges that the abuse spanned 4 years up until Homeland Security raided his home in July. Who else's testimony does this echo? Was it Nia, who was there from 2021 to 2024? Who last had an FO with Diddy in July of 2024? Who last set eyes on Diddy in August of 2024? Must I remind you of what was found in his hotel? Can't stop, won't stop. Nothing was going to stop this man but a prison cell. He was determined, and this is why I use narcissistic terms. This is why I use narcissistic terms. Let's just go on and just say, when was it filed? This lawsuit was filed on September 27th in New York Supreme Court. What's the status? Ongoing. Okay. All right. This is another Jane Doe, but it was filed in October 14th. Okay. Yeah, y'all. And you guys can look this up too as well. But let me go ahead and pull this up so I can just show you exactly in the narcissistic terminology book. Let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys, just so you guys can become familiar. You don't think I'm calling somebody a damn monkey, because I'm not. This is a reference. It's the term that is used. And let's go ahead and get into this. Let me make it a little bit smaller so you guys can see that this is the narcissism terminology from A to Z guide. We are going to go to the F's and find the flying monkey. Hold on. And I will read you guys the definition of that. All right, so here it is. All right, we have exploitation, entitlement, fantasy, flying monkey. Okay, it's a terminology used when speaking of narcissistic behavior, specifically narcissistic personality disorder. Let me go ahead and give you the definition of this, since I'm using it so loosely. Hold on, guys. I kind of pulled it a little bit. All right, so let me go all the way down to flying monkey, y'all. Control, covert, criticisms. We can go on and on. Destabilization, devalue and discard, diversion tactics, ego. They have so many things that they use against us, y'all. Us. Okay? We the people. All right, so here's flying monkey. I just want to make sure you guys can see it too as well. Now, flying monkeys are people who have also been manipulated by the abusive narcissist, but who join their team and take sides with them for countless reasons, okay? And they will come after you. Someone who is in this type of person will team up with that person, take him from you, or be glad that he's taking him from you. And then they will take pleasure and bond in seeing you fall, and seeing you cry, and seeing you in pain, and seeing you in despair, being distraught. Remember, I told you, when you deal with a narcissist, whether it's negative energy or positive, they feed off that energy. It doesn't matter. That's why they don't give a fuck about you. They don't care if you're crying. They don't care if your dreams is crushed. They don't care if your career is dirt. They don't give a damn. And if you're happy, that's good for you. Good for you. And that's how they think when you're happy. Good for you. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if you're miserable. They want you to be miserable. That's why they bring misery. They want you to be in chaos. That's why they bring chaos. They bring what they are. And they're damn good at it. I just should be trying to put y'all on game. Okay. So let's go ahead and take this down. But yes, y'all. Yes. This is what's going down. This is what's going down. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But this is what I mean when I say that Cassie is not alone. Now, I was going to say she was coming out the woodworks, but she not. The only thing she's coming out and saying is she's revealing her name. She been filed this lawsuit. And she is one of the latest ones up until the raid that was with this man. Can't stop, won't stop. But there's a lot of women out there, okay, that won't listen to their loved ones, to the people that care about them. And they will stay loyal even if the man is cheating. They'll put up with the verbal abuse. They'll put up with the physical. And as we're seeing here, psychological abuse, emotional neglect, because at the end of the day, this is what these women are all echoing. What am I talking about? Emotional neglect. And that is a damn shame. You went through all this, and the first thing on your mind is emotional neglect. The first thing on your mind is she got a person I didn't. Like, what are we talking about? And I understand, especially as a young woman. I was there. I get it. There's some old hoes out there going through this too. All right. Don't get it twisted. We start out hopeful, our expectations. I get that. But then we as women, we end up sad and miserable. But you have to understand, for some, this is a life. This is a lifestyle that they chose. And they got in too deep. Because to deal with anything Diddy did was deep. This whole damn case is deep. Anybody involved with Diddy, you can't help but get deep. Right? And what does this say? And we know that these women had low self-esteem. As beautiful, as chosen as these women were or are, they clearly had to have low self-esteem issues. Maybe unresolved issues from childhood. Maybe they came from this type of environment. Sometimes when you come from this environment, it's all you know. You feel like you deserve this. You feel like this is what you're worth. Now, I'm not talking to the extreme that Diddy took it. Okay? But this is why I question, why are there so many men that are okay with this type of dynamic in the relationship? Why are so many men okay with abusing women in their lives? In a lot of instances, children, the dog and the frog, right? This is what seems to be missing in the conversations that we're having. We are not pointing the finger at the very person that's contributing to the damn toxicity in the first place in a relationship. What are we talking about? But guess what, y'all? This is society. We were given this world. We didn't make it. A lot of us grew up thinking this is the way it is. Not to this extreme, y'all, because I know y'all are, no, I'm just speaking generally. With domestic violence, with the dynamic of an abuser and a victim's relationship. That's really what I'm speaking on. You know, I mean, us as a whole, a lot of people can't find a way out because our culture glorifies violence and abuse as a sign of real love. And a lot of times we as humans, we assimilate that to a certain degree, right? We do assimilate that just as human behavior. And sometimes women are blamed. Women are demonized for, the same people that grew up in those similar situations too, those same environments. And they see it as, oh, it's normal. Because remember, these women were plucked from obscurity, okay? Besides a few of them, I mean, come on, Young Miami, but these women were plucked from obscurity. If you go down the civil lawsuit list, these people weren't A-listers. Well, we know we can't see the list with the A-listers on, but the list that we can see, the list of those 63 lawsuits I just showed y'all, these people were plucked from obscurity. Right? He didn't know them before, he did this. So, I don't know. All I know is these women were fucking traumatized. No, I don't worry about how they got there. Blame the whole later. Let us agree that these women were traumatized. They really were. I don't, oh, sometimes people don't even know what a normal or a healthy relationship should look like or even feel like. So they keep living the same pattern that they've always lived in. I mean, did he just, he just took it to the extreme? Diddy just took it to the extreme and put in the extremely toxic, extremely abusive situations. But see, the fact that abusive men are very good, and we cannot forget this. These men, these predators, these narcissists are very good at hiding there. And he could be something else, you guys understand? But I usually just go with what I've experienced, right? He could be sociopath. He could be this or that. I'm not really familiar with that. So it could be something else. Okay. I just kind of stick to what I know. But yeah, who knows? But the fact that they are very good, men like this are very good at hiding their toxic traits. And this is what Diddy did. He hid his toxic traits until a woman feels trapped, until he knows that he's got you. You feel trapped with this person. Sometimes just, also by maybe marriage, maybe you have children by them, or maybe it's just the pattern of behavior, the love bombing, the hoovering, and then the discard over and over again. And a lot of times these women are made to believe that they deserve this. They deserve them. Whether it's a financial tie, like we saw with Mia or Jane, because he was paying for a lawyer, picked her lawyer, was paying for her home, got her a home, invested 20K in her dress line. She's on OnlyFans, making up to 50K. Like, yeah. She didn't want to let that go. She did not want to let that go. So it's just different things. You know what I'm saying? And they just believe that this is it. Not everyone believes that they deserve good or that they're innocent. And if you've never been abused, it's going to be hard for you to kind of understand that. But to some people, abuse can feel normal or even loving. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds crazy, but I've been there. Okay. A lot of people have been there. You may know someone who's been there, or you yourself. So maybe you can relate to this. Maybe you can't. Thank God if you can't. I mean, like, my heart goes out to you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all, you know, and just sometimes you have to put yourself in other people's shoes, and that's what you call empathy. But what do you guys think? Do you guys believe what she's saying? That Young Miami bullied her so much. Now, she said Combs' employee. I wonder who. You think it was KK? Or do you think it was someone else? I don't know. But she said she didn't even name Diddy. She named Diddy's employee and Young Miami. I wonder who the employee was that was with Young Miami that harassed this woman, was trying to force her to get rid of that baby. And so much so that she ended up losing the baby anyway. This is what this woman is claiming. She lost her baby because that's some wickedness right there. That's some wicked shit. Is that the only way you walk away from Diddy and gain something? I think we have to look at the people that actually walked away from Diddy with a gain, with something in their back pocket. Because Young Miami definitely walked away. Now, we're not even talking about the scars or if there are any. Right? But what if she was a flying monkey? What if she teamed up with the abuser? I don't know. People like that, they seek pleasure in seeing other people's pain, other people fall. And then a lot of times they bond over just the idea that they want to hurt you. She will join in because I'm kind of seeing that dynamic, but I don't know. I don't even know if this is true. But this is her testimony. This is her story. This is not her testimony. This is her story because she hasn't been on the stand. But this is what she's alleging in her civil lawsuit. That's what I can say. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I thought it was interesting enough to bring it to you guys and let you guys, let me know what you think is going on. Because Brendan Paul, the drug mule, is going to be testifying. Okay, he was in the picture up until they were at the airport. Remember, he was taken into custody at the airport, and this was shortly before Diddy was scooped up himself. And if I play my cards right, I'm going to say that Young Miami, this is not the last time she's going to be mentioned. This is not the last time, because in and around 2022, 2023, 2024-ish, 2024-ish, when she was around, which these people are coming out, they have one thing in common as well. They are mentioning Young Miami. Not only did Jane mention Young Miami, we now have Chelsea Lovelace mentioning Young Miami. So, and this is the latest. These are the people that were around him up until the raid. Remember, Jane was like, oh, it was so much better. We were closer after the raid. She was getting more attention. And like I said, at the end of the day, that's what's echoing with these women. That is what's echoing with these women. She said all she wanted to do was be near Diddy. Hold on, I'm going to bring that up for you guys one more time before I let y'all go. And the reason why I was bringing up Carisha is because, girl, this is not the first time. This is what leads me to believe that there's some truth to what she's saying. Okay, this is what's leading me to believe that there is some truth to what she's saying. Let me just pull this up. You guys know I love to refresh your memory. I love to refresh your memory. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you smash that like button. Share out this live, guys. We are on the road to 10K. And I'm glad you guys joined me. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Okay, we are trying to grow. If you are part of the replay gang, go ahead and comment. Leave a comment and let me know. And I'll be sure to answer back. Now, let me go ahead and pull this up, because I'm getting ready to show you guys and just refresh your memory on a couple of things that Young Miami is doing out here on these streets that was questionable, but now it all makes sense. I tell you, if you let somebody talk long enough, they'll tell on themselves. And let me make one thing perfectly clear. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes. There's some hoes in this house. Okay? There's some hoes in this house. We live in reality. Yeah, we got victims. We know that. But there's some hoes in. I'm from the streets. Okay? Some of these women is maneuvering out here, and this was their whole plan the whole time. To get rich off on the next athlete, the next star. Okay? The next Casanat. The next Bieber. The next whatever. The next athlete. They set out. When they was getting their hair done and they was getting their nails done, they set out. This was for sure the main goal of this woman. She was going to use her beauty. She was going to use her smarts. And she was going to use approximation, meaning put herself in the position to run into these athletes, i.e. sports games, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Or y'all don't know what I'm talking about? See, I'm from the streets. Okay? And there's some hoes in this house. All right? They just got a little more than what they thought they was going to get. Okay? They stepped into a whole hellhole. Okay? That's what happened. They stepped in the gutter with the wrong snake, and it took them under. The world chewed them up and spit them out, i.e. Diddy. All right? You decided to dance with the devil. And you know the devil wears Prada. Okay? So you was dancing with the devil while the devil was wearing Prada. That's what the allure was. You wanted a Chanel bag. So you looked past the UTI. You looked past your coochie hole about to fall into the ground. You looked past the unsanitary conditions, situations, damn near life-threatening. Because who's to say that you would black out and not get back up? Who's to say that each dose that was given to you was the proper dose for your weight? Huh? Y'all risk your lives every day. What people do for money. We ain't gonna forget that. Now here's your tissue. Okay, you want me to go with you to therapy? Anything, I'm down, girl. But we ain't gonna overlook that, because guess what? These are the same conversations that you having with your home girl that we are not privy to. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All these hoes ain't sitting in the corner crying. All these hoes ain't sitting in the corner crying. That's all I'm saying. But let me show y'all this. Because Young Miami, this ain't your first time. This is what leads me to believe that there's some truth. Because I'll be trying to put two and two together. Now, it's not that it's far-fetched, but we don't know, we weren't there, right? And I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but we have to take that into accountability, right? I can only go so far. But we can speculate and we can give our POVs. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Because Young Miami, where is it? Hold up. Bunch of lovesick women talking about, I just want to please them. I just wanted. Girl, you almost got unalived and your coochie hole almost dropped to the floor. coochie hole inside out, and you still talking about, I just want to rub his feet. Girl, are you out your rabbit ass mind? But I'm here for you, girl. If I was your best friend, girl, I'll be telling you the same thing. But I'll be here for you, girl. Okay. Don't trip. Let me see. Let me see. I think it's right here. And is she on Carisha Please with um Trina? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all.
Yeah, I took a shot.
You like go to shower?
I do.
But like peeing on you?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just do stuff.
I'm gonna be honest.
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell, LeBron James? What the hell, Cyrus? Hold on, y'all. What the hell, Barry? I don't know why I blacked out. Hold on, guys. I'm about to push play on it. Why do you just be blacking out like this? Hold on, guys. Let me do it.
No. I can't say it.
You got to.
It say take a shot if you like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere. You like it?
I just like it.
You do? Freak of the week, huh? So you say take a shot. You not take. You say take a shot. Oh,
yeah, I take a shot.
You like go to shower?
I do.
But like peeing on you?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just do stuff.
I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, hold on, y'all.
I can't say it.
You got to.
It say take a shot if you like golden showers. I do.
Golden showers, meaning when the guy pees on you, pee on you everywhere. You like it?
I just like it.
You do? Freak of the week, huh? So you say take a shot. You not take. You say take a shot. Oh,
yeah, I take a shot.
You like go to shower?
I do.
But like peeing on you?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just do stuff.
I'm gonna be honest.
No. I can't.
Now remember, she did come out, right? Later after that. I don't know how far later, but she said that she was playing, that she didn't really like golden shower, and she just did that because wasn't this her own card game that they were playing? I think she has a card game and it's called Carisha Please or something like that. I'm not sure what it's called, but I know she has a card game. She later came out and said it was just to promote my card game, but girl, no. You was dead serious when you said that. And it's okay. It's okay. But you was dead serious when you said that. You was dead serious when you said that. Okay. Now, I want to go ahead and pull up one more thing before I let you guys go. Because remember when she went in on Gina Hun on Twitter? And wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see. Remember when she went in on Gina Hunt on Twitter, right? And there was a series of tweets where she was basically bullying and putting Gina out there as a munch. Okay. One of Diddy's little, slaves, if you really want me to say it like. But we only need to see one. So I'm going to show you this one tweet. Where is it? Hold on, guys. Because this is going to sum it up for me. This is going to basically drive the point home. of what I was trying to show you guys in the first place. All right, so let me go ahead and pull this up. And what year was this? Was this in 2023? Was this in 2023? Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Let me make myself a little bit smaller. Okay, so this is one of the tweets that she put out. Now, this was December 13th of 2022, 2 years before the raid, or 2 years. Well, the raid was in March. He was arrested in September. Yeah. So before all of this, in December of 13th of 2022, Young Miami tweeted out, "If I wanted you to eat my Diddy would have had you on your knees, ho. You a eater." Why would she say something like that? FO related. If you weren't FO related, why would you feel comfortable in bullying this woman, calling her out? Okay. Well, calling her out. Because we don't know what she was saying behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? She could have been going right back at her, because then it wouldn't be bullying. But the way she put it, she was acting like she was being bullied, as far as Gina, remember? But whatever the case may be, this is showing me your part of your character. Okay, this is showing me who you are. And like I say, it's always just a glimpse into that person. But yet and still, what I draw from this is, if you felt comfortable doing this online and calling this woman out and letting us know that this says a lot. This one tweet tells us so much. It means so much more now that we are enthralled. We are in the middle. We are going on the 6th or 7th week of the 6th week of the Diddy trial. This takes on a whole new meaning now, and it makes sense. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together. Okay, and that's what I'm here for. And I need for you to pick up what I'm putting down, and also we got to make it make sense together. All right. And this is truly something that we haven't heard the last of. So to me, I feel like if not even one more time, I don't know. I just feel that Young Miami is going to be mentioned again before that we're done with the people taking the stand. Because when Brendan Paul comes up there, he was up until the end, y'all. He has information up until the very end. We are going to be able to know exactly. We don't need any hotel photos of what the Popo's found. Okay, we don't need that, because we are going to know when Brendan Paul. Let me show you who Brendan Paul is. All right, let me show you who Brendan Paul is, because that's it with Lovelace. You know, I mean, shout out to the victims. We're gonna stand with you victims, but we gotta be truthful. All right, you want us to be lying in your face, or you want us to be truthful? Okay, we're gonna be truthful with you, girl. All right, so let me show you Brendan Paul right quick, you guys, before I let you guys go. And this is getting ready. This man, if y'all, man, come on now. Y'all cannot tell me that y'all do not see the forest for the trees and see that this man Diddy has already been proven. And if not, this is going to be the line, kick, and sinker. And I don't even know what I just said, but this is going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. How about that? How you like them apples? Let me see. Let me show y'all Brendan Paul right quick. And remember, he's the alleged drug mule. Okay, I don't think he's one stop. Some people are saying Ray J. Y'all check out my video I did about Ray J, because Ray J was called out by Orlando Bloom and a few other people that are considered more sane, okay, than the current source. So don't get it twisted. That he was the plug for the whole damn industry, okay. And them Combs sons didn't come run down on you for no damn reason. And Chris Brown jumped in the middle of it. Yeah, all players in this game. And you guys think it's like some kind of conspiracy or no, it was like, it's just like Hollywood is small. Celebrity world is small. You understand what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be uncommon for this person to know this person, and they all sleeping with each other and they're all fighting amongst all the little, celebrities and elites. They're all over there in their little world. Yes, it wouldn't be uncommon, right? So it's not like I'm trying to start, some type of, but it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Why would someone want to feel like they are all entitled to insert themselves? Why did the Combs sons feel that they were entitled enough, right? Or had the wherewithal enough to even come after Ray J like that? Right? We're not in their world. And then why would Chris Brown feel comfortable enough to intercede or like interfere and come between them? There's some type of dynamic. There's some type of relationship that we don't know about. Come on now. If we don't know anything else, y'all, we know human behavior. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. All right, y'all. Let me show you guys this picture right quick. This is Brandon Paul. Oh, damn. I can't even show it like that. Hold on. Let me show you this way. Hold on. This is Brendan Paul, y'all, and this is who's going to be testifying. Yeah, this is going to be this is going to get crazy, scary, spooky, and hilarious come Monday. All right. And if you think this man ain't gonna snitch, and if you think this man ain't got no immunity, he did get immunity. All right. But we know there are co-conspirators because you cannot have a conspiracy without co-conspiracy. Well, did they do it with R. Kelly? Yes, they did, y'all. They did it with R. Kelly. So, do you need a co-conspirator? Does somebody else have to go down with Diddy in order for it to be considered conspiracy? Because that's what I thought. But now that I'm thinking, they did it with R. Kelly, right? Y'all let me know. Let me know, because I don't know. I don't know. I just thought they had to have someone else. But we'll see. We'll see, right? Okay, let me show you guys right quick. Yeah, that's a question that I need to get answered. Because I'm not too sure, but that's a good question. I'll just look that up later. The important thing is I get this picture up there for you guys so you guys can see. This man is going to squeal like a pig. I'm just drinking water, y'all. Hold on. This man right here is going to squeal like a pig. He going to holler if you hear me. And I'm not talking about Tupac. This man right here going to holler if you hear me on that stand. Now it says Sean Diddy Combs alleged Ugdre mule Brendan Paul's charges were dropped. Okay, this is an old article. I just want to show y'all the picture. But he's going to be testifying. Okay? But this also shows you that he will have immunity because the charges were dropped. They definitely, now we thought Kathy, she laid the foundation. But I think they saved the best for last. I think they saved the best for last. And what do I mean by that? Not the excitement, not the fanfare. No. I mean the prosecution and driving home what they have to charge. Because remember, this is chess, not checkers. And beyond a reasonable doubt, they have to prove their case. Okay? The ponderance of the evidence and the weight, who has to prove, their point is in the prosecution's hands. Okay? The defense also has to prove, but not to the extent that the prosecution. has to. Okay. This is him right here. That's Brendan Paul. I remember he was just a regular old basketball player, college kid. He's not that old. He looked like life has treated him a little bit bad, but I think he's only like 25 years old. I think he's only like 25 years old. This is what happens when you be out here playing with kids, thinking you 25 and you 55. This is what happens. Should we feel bad? No. But yeah, this is him. This is who's going to testify, y'all. This is who's expected to testify. Now, they do have a couple of other people. Yeah. No, I'm just playing. They do have a summary witness who's going to really sum it all up. Just really just give a summary and just put it in a pretty little package and present it to the jurors so that they are plain. Everything is plain, Jane, and spelled out for them. Okay? That's what the summary witness is going to do. Sum it all up and lay it out for the jurors so there is no doubt. Because remember, now we have to sit through the defense. Right? We have to sit through the defense. But we all know at the end, the final arguments land with the prosecution, where they are able to rewrap it into a pretty little bow once again. All right. So that's the advantage that the prosecution has. Not saying that they need one, because Diddy has pretty much done himself in. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. But yeah, his charges will drop, y'all. But this is an old article. I don't want to go back to the old articles. I just wanted to show you basically a picture and let you know, baby, when he take that stand, he not gonna do no time. He gonna whistle, he gonna sing like a bird, telling himself and every damn body else. It's hard to believe that no one else is gonna go down with this ship. You know, are y'all gonna not take nobody? And the question of KK comes in, y'all. You guys let me know what you think about the situation, okay? And yeah, that's about all. That wraps it up, babes, because yeah, I touched on every basis of what I wanted to tell you guys. And God knows what we just learned about Ray J. I mean, all of the pieces of these puzzle are coming together, and it's letting us know that the world of Hollywood, the world of entertainers was smaller than we even could imagine. I bet you everybody knows everybody's business. I bet you it's like one little big soap opera. If you guys remember soap opera, right? They were just drawn out dramatic scenes of people's lives that just got you enthralled in them. And your life became their life, right? Bigger than life, guys, what we're seeing. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Hi, Destiny. Welcome, welcome. You say he makes R. Kelly case seems light, and if they let him off, free Kelly. I'm just saying. Did you hear that they're thinking about a pardon for him, girl? Yeah. We're not going to get too much into that yet, but I heard, I don't know if how much true this is, that R. Kelly may get a pardon, y'all, because word is, and this is just from my memory, I haven't researched this or anything, haven't read an article, but I heard that there was some type of plot against him up in prison to unalive him. I don't want to say specifically who, but it was a group. It's a certain specific group, like a specific societal group, and that they're considering giving him a pardon, you guys. That's just what I heard. Nothing has been substantiated. I ain't read a damn thing. I did look up the article though. I did look up and see the article, but I didn't read it. I don't even know what source it is. So, you know, until I vet it, I'm not gonna put it out as even alleged, but I'm just saying rumors are swirling that R. Kelly could be, and I said rumors are swirling that they are thinking about giving him a pardon. I think he's currently serving 20 years. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys have heard. You know, if you guys have any stories, any tidbits you guys feel that I can talk about on here, go ahead and email me. My email is up there as well. And I thank you guys. Destiny says, I think the jurors' minds are already made up. And it's at least one that's on Diddy's side, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're trying to remove the juror number 6. And I just wanted to clarify this because I did do a short that said that the witness number 6 was dismissed. Technically, he has not been dismissed. So I have to take that back. But at the time that I did the videos, because most of the time when I do the updates and the shorts, you guys, it's in real time. If the family is arriving, why would I try to post it 3 hours later? When I'm trying to say, hey guys, the family just arrived, I'm going to post them in real time. And at the time, which was all day Friday, okay, the judge was adamant that he was going to dismiss that juror, okay? And when they questioned him and he came out and gave them additional information, the judge was very adamant and still is adamant. But because 4 of the defense lawyers came down on him like a ton of bricks and wouldn't let him breathe, he said, okay, I will take it into consideration. All right. If there's any change over in my thinking, I will let you guys know. I will mull over it for the weekend. And if there's any change in my decision, I'll let y'all know. But as it stands, we're going to dismiss juror 6. Okay. So that's where we stand. But at the time, I posted it in real time, guys. So I did not know that they were going to have an additional sidebar. And then they were going to actually stay after and discuss this. And the judge was going to be not persuaded, but shown a different side of this and show some leniency for the defense. But as far as he can see it, he's going to dismiss the juror. Okay. But technically, he didn't dismiss the juror. Okay. So it's not fake news, you guys. It's not fake news. But anyways, I mean, I guess it is. I'm sorry. I posted in real time, guys. I didn't know the judge was going to change his freaking mind. I didn't know he was going to change his mind. So forgive me, you guys. All right. Destiny says they should because it's white offenders out here walking free on probation for way worse. That definitely has some truth to it. That definitely has some truth to it. I don't even know how long R. Kelly has been in jail. You know? I mean, I do believe that people have to be held accountable and serve their time, but I don't sometimes believe that they should get as much time as they got. I don't know if that sounds crazy. I'm not trying to be a devil's advocate or take up for the abuser as well. But some of them sentences be kind of like crazy. Like they do be kind of crazy. I just think that, yeah. And I'll give you an example like Tory Lanez. I thought that Tory Lanez was guilty. I wanted him to be held accountable, but damn, 10 years for hitting a hole in the toe with some shrapnel? That's preposterous. But people are like, well, no, that's just the way I feel. Like, yeah, he should go do some time, but 10 damn years? You got to look at the outcome. She's not in a wheelchair. Like, she didn't really even get pow. Like, bro. But I understand that there's other crimes that he has committed, right? Like, it's in his possession. It's fired. I get it. And those pile on top of and pile on top. I get how he got there. But I'm just saying, sometimes it'd be a little extreme. Sometimes it'd be a little extreme. That's all I'm saying. And she didn't know. She's not unalived. And it was allegedly just the shrapnel from the thing, like 10 years. Anyways, because, and another reason why I think like that, because if someone is not going to get on the right track, they're going to go back again. They're going to F up again. And it's not going to take them that long. And they're going to be right back where they started. Then who's to blame? You feel me? But people who you give a second chance to is really going to buck up and fly right and change their ways. They won't go back. Second chances, guys. Second chances. But that's all I got for you guys. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to Blonay Got Tea. I am Lisa Blonay, and I am giving it to you straight, no chaser. All right. And I'll be back with another video, okay? Like I said, giving it to you straight, no chaser. And we're going to stay sucker free. All right? Until next time, America. I'll see you guys later.
To work, she like I'm already there though, yeah, that's a twerk. So now I'm bobbing my head to the instrumental, thinking about my next chat, cause the next sex is incredible. I got work and wordplay all week grinding. I do it from Friday to Thursday. Hit green higher than when I be sipping the merch straight, cause green Fetty and Jaws be getting the work late.